Wonderful. We're starting out with a bot already. Hello, it's support for you to boost your online engagement. All streaming type boost Stream Hub into Google. I also employed their website. Why can't you type a B correctly? Except there's a B correctly. I'm tempted to type in boost Stream Hub just to see if it is anything. I kind of don't think it is anything. I'll do it over here. Boost Stream Hub. Stream boost viewers for Twitch. Yeah, okay, it's just you want viewers, right? No, actually. I want a curated audience. Goodbye. Okay, now to do the thing that I was doing. Well, at this point, I'm streaming for myself, not for other people. That's not a great idea, but at least I'm not focused on numbers right now, so. Okay, but I didn't even get to check that all the things were working. They appear to be working. Oh, I have to turn them on. No, I didn't. Yeah, okay, and it's a little below like 33. That's probably where I want to be, and then a little above like around 38, it looks like. For keeping it just a little quieter for dev stuff. Speaking of which, I am... I don't know what I'm doing. I was thinking about putting that as the stream title. It's like, I don't know what I want to do. I know there's stuff that I want to have done, but I don't know what I want to do to do that right now. Yeah, this one. Because I could improve the background art for the game. I could... Yeah, like, I think this looks so pretty, and it seems so like... Yeah, okay, I have it listed as that, so they changed the name somewhat recently. Also, why did I not make these links? A lot of these don't have, like, complicated backgrounds. I want to, like, click on this and pop it open. That's just not how that works. Did I not put, I don't have whatchamacallit on here. I guess it's not a Shogun Showdown. It's not in here. There's a lot of them that aren't like a complicated background. It's still a toss-up as to what I want to do to make this game look a little more visually interesting. Yeah, because this basically just a big black void. What's his Sitnat review was? Yeah, 55. So not a ton, but not a respectable amount for sure. It's actually got a lot of similar vibes. They do a lot of shadows. I don't know if that would help. Okay, but that was the question, is do I want to try to improve the art? Do I want to try to just work on the cards? Or... because the things that I want to have done are... I want to submit to this thing. But to do that, I need a trailer that I don't have. Yeah, the things that I don't have listed out are the pitch, the screenshots, and the trailer. The screenshots I can scoop up pretty quickly and easily. The pitch I can get together fairly easily, but then it's like, do I want to make a trailer right now? And the answer is, no, I don't know. Or do I want to do bug fixing on a thing I haven't messed with in a while? I don't know what I want to do. Okay, so is it the spawn here? But now that I see a bug, oh, I didn't open up Visual Studio. I was trying to load everything before I started, but. Okay, so if I had to, like, what is the most important? Well, okay, it's basically if I want to have it done as a thing that you can play as soon as possible, would be back to this and getting, in this case, this needs to be a king card. Printing this. And then it's a print and play sort of thing. Which I guess is, well, it doesn't say trailer necessarily, it just says a 30-second looping video here. Yeah, link to a video trailer or demo to be shown in the Looping District Arcade video. Or a screenshot. So I guess I could just slap some screenshots together and stuff, but... okay, that's what I was realizing here, is if I take this card generator, make you a king unit. Wait, so king. Do a king variant. There we go. You go away. So this king variant instead goes here. And what does that do? The card, canvas for the canvas needs to be like that. So I need to copy that stuff over. So what did I say? Oh, I just said making improvements, which vague as hell. That's really what I was looking for. It's because I didn't know what I was going to do. So copy everybody over to here. I should try listening to some Benny Main just to see. I think Benny Main has a few more. Well, it's once I see like a check mark. It's like, oh, it says. Oh, is Benny Main part of a? Yeah. That's not how you spell that. That's also not how you spell that. I can't type. Yeah, it's just because I see that check mark on SoundCloud, and I'm like, well... But also, it's 8,000 is really not as many followers on SoundCloud, and I'm like, I absolutely love Benny Main stuff, so... I thought he was a much bigger artist. Especially because he puts out stuff on a somewhat regular basis. Which is better than a fair amount of artists. So, that was that. Then the other question was, it's the position of the, yes, the square card. Is it 600 or negative 600? There we go. And I also don't know if the... I mean, it's not going to have a crown in the variant. It can't. I don't have a sprite for it. Excuse me. Excuse? No, exqueeb. There's a B. That's not even... It's Batman and Spider-Man, right? I think. Okay, but exqueebs me. Screen space overlay? Yeah, world space. There we go. You did not get switched out. Because in most scenarios, I do want it to be screen space. But in this case, I got lazy and said just do world space. And then did you reset the position? That looks right. You're not supposed to be anywhere, just like you're not supposed to be anywhere, because that's not even being, it's here for the card is the, and you're still at 600. Is it the scale? No, all that's good. Why are you in the wrong spot? So if I do that, and I do that, it's the same thing. How am I already confused? This should be pretty basic to just swap out the thing. Yeah, it's been 12 minutes. I'm already like, wait, excuse me, that's supposed to be in a different spot. You are, in fact, the king unit, right? I would assume. Nobody else got moved. That's the king variant. Well, what happens if I do that? That should... Is it in the scene? Where in the heck is the... There we go. There's the arrows. Yeah, okay, because it's world space. Oops. But size-wise, you are... Here, you're the right size and stuff. You're just in the wrong position. Despite matching up exactly with this. Huh? That's the same. That's the same. Right? Sure looks the same. And then this is not positioned anywhere. What? What? How is it not positioned correctly? This is... That's not positioned anywhere. That's not positioned anywhere. This is the same as this. It's world space with no camera, because apparently it didn't need it. And then that is the same. Wait, the anchors look like they're different. Where are you anchored then? It's anchored to the top left. Aha! Why didn't I switch up the anchors? Well, you should be in the middle now. I guess it doesn't... Well... No, because if I'm doing a grid of a 3x3, then that's fine. There we go. Okay, but you do not have a crown, because you can't have a crown. Because I don't have that within the card. The king variant. I actually do want it. Let me pull. The king variant here, I have crown on the hair. Yeah, okay, so let's do same thing here. Face, hair. Crown. Well, but it's really gonna need to be a... So let's do that, I guess, and then do that. What do you think I just did? I just opened the prefab so that I could reorder it. I'm inside of the prefab, and I am reordering the objects in the prefab. You can't do that unless it's... You can open the prefab in prefab mode to restructure the prefab itself. Okay, so how do I do that? I thought that's what this was. You're talking this prefab, I think, right? Well, wait. That means I can do this instead. Yes, there we go. Okay. Is it just called crown? You would hope. Oh, that's character. Crown. Hey. And then I actually want it to be the yellow. Whatever this yellow is. And then crown here. Okay, let's pull up the... Just let it shine. Yeah. Why is the rum gone? Why is the crown massive? Like, I used the same settings. And the crown is... imported as its own thing, 32 versus everybody else's 64. So then I want to just scale it by half, or okay. Oh, and then I need to position it at the same spot, ideally. So it is... Oh, yeah, it's actually... Does that work with whatchamacallem? Looks like it. Does that work with rect transforms versus Where is the king? Yeah, I think I did a pixel and then the outline there. Is that actually the same? No, it's lined up at the edge there and there. This is clearly not. So I need to move it over one more. Okay, that seems to be. Seems to have been too much. So maybe like a 1.6. Aha, okay, so if I multiply everything, that seems to be. So the edge of the crown is just past the ear, right? The edge of the crown appears to be. Yeah, just past the ear. And then the top of the crown is. Oh, I think it's multiplied by and then divided by 2, because I divided this in half. So it was moved over and divided by 2. So it'd be 32 divided by 2, so 16. Did I do my math correctly? Looks like it. Hey! That is not going to work. But that is where it is positioned on that other. It's a solid maybe. I could move it down a little bit just so it's not. But that would also mean like I could maybe move the character down, but if I move the character down, that seems off. That's not pixel perfect anymore. I guess 8 would be part of 16. It doesn't look entirely pixel perfect either. So where do I want it? That is the question. Well, and I think I want it to have an outline too, ideally. Oh, it's because because this is just an entirely different thing. Make that black. The other shader, presumably. No, outline. I can just call it an outline. Wait, don't some of these have outlines? Hair has an outline, right? Oh, it just. No, that's how you make it into. This is never going to be anything else, so this doesn't actually need to be here. And then this crown outline. Oh, here. It's apparently not even being used. Oh! That's how I did the outline. Ah, great. The positioning of it is going to be a little iffy. Or is it? And then the layering. That's why. Okay. Doesn't matter, I could pick any of them. Wait. You say I can add it, but then when I go to reposition it, it's like, nah, you can't. I want to keep it organizationally, like, the same. She's like, no, it's a prefab, so... Well, the problem is any of these that I copy are going to go down to the bottom, and then if I try to move it back up, is where it's going to say, hey, you can't reorder this. It's like, man. If I leave it here, it'll be fine, but... just for organization purposes, I don't like it. What is all this extra stuff? I don't need this. Like, I'm never gonna use these. And it makes it so much harder to find the crown. There. Why did I do that? That didn't matter. It's not a spray render anyway. That's... okay, that doesn't need to be there either. Because it's not what this is. Okay, so hue. Okay, at this point, screw this. You're gonna just be something different here. I just say this. There, and then make it black. And then shift it just slightly by a pixel. There we go. Okay, maybe not exactly a pixel, but as close as it's gonna get. I think I need you above the crown though, because yeah, I need everything above the crown. Nope. Outline, skin, right, top, left, bottom. So probably what I should do is keep the same stuff. Wasn't I just messing with the position? Yes, I was. And then this is minus 1.6. Whatever that happens to me. Oh, it's close, and I wasn't even trying to do that. Okay. Left, top, right, bottom. No, right top, left bottom. Right top, left bottom. And then this is 8 plus 1.6. No, just 9.6. Okay, there we go. So now the king variant should have a crown on the card as well. Well, technically, I could generate what it says on the card too, because the king is a special case. And it's only been half an hour, and I'm like, I'm ready for a sit. Why in the heck does that look black and bold? Why in the heck does that look black and bold? I guess it doesn't. I didn't mess with that shit on the thing. Why in the heck isn't different than the other one? Like that should not be the case. Okay, I think I am gonna do a sit. I'm old and tired. Why? This has happened before. I sit down and I'm like, yep, tired. Okay, the issue was... Okay, on the king variant, I can go to the card and the... No. The... U. The unit? Abilities. Abilities. Okay, that's not running. The ability text is set by the unit. Because I had multiple abilities, I think was why I was doing that. To all be set in the same ability text. Yes. Which I think I want to do it in separate ones. Because now that I've crammed everything into a single box. Well, it's simply trying to figure out the best way to do. Just keep adding abilities. And I know a lot of card games like Magic and stuff, you just lay the card with the ability under the other card. Which I think I might need to do in this case. Because I don't want the card to get any bigger. But if it's just a, you know, a pile of cards, that's fine. That was the question. Do you generate the character name, though? So if I get rid of this, this should be no ability on the king, then, right? That's just no king? Okay, well then I guess I have. Oh my goodness. Yeah, but the ability is not... Abilities apparently aren't visible. Unless they are visible after the fact. Why is that black and not gray? It makes the king stand out just a little more, but I don't know why that is. Bidet is kind of a funny name too, because that definitely sounds like bidet. Yeah, I wanted to add directions as well. I wanted to add a directional element to the abilities and things. Okay. Yeah, and these are all... Now I know they're all centered in the top left, which I might have to go undo. It's centered in the middle so that it's a pile of 9 that you can just generate. Because it gives you a king and some units that have some interesting abilities. Okay, but the question is, how in the heck is the ability text... It's reading it off of the abilities that aren't... Yeah, for the ability and abilities. Despite the fact that the abilities have not generated, right? Oh, it's ability, create ability. This is again one of those, if it's a king unit, which is the type, I think. Other way around. If it's something else other than a king, then it gets an ability. Yeah, and I don't have remove as an ability. I want to add that as an ability, and then I also want to add that as a thing. The king cannot be removed. And that bumping a unit off of the board is a different thing. Oh, it's because, yeah, this, if I hover over that, it causes issues. So, what I wanted to mess with was the king. We should have some moves twice. Do the other ones do capitals? I think I was doing a lot of capitals for keywords and stuff. Or capital letters for keywords and stuff. That did not... Okay, I mean, yeah. Okay. So, that did not have the desired effect. So, moves twice should be there. But that didn't overwrite it with anything. Okay, let's do it instead of here. Let's do it at the other spot. So instead of saying no abilities, say just no text on the king. I should do this so much more often. Oops. I need all of this either. There we go, gee whiz. Okay. So if it's not a king, then add the ability otherwise. Or add the text. Which also means that the king might try to trigger an ability that it's not listing. But this is just for doing a print and play card version. Okay, excuse me, there's... It's not like there's you. You're not on top of this. So who... Somebody here is possessed by an owl. Who? Well, that's what we're trying to... Okay, so the king, let's just go into the king here and say ability text. Yes. Let's go into here. Units ability. Wait, what am I doing? I can just remove the text. Then I don't have to add a script for it. I can just say the king does not... Again, a lot of it... Not Control Z's. Shift tabs. There we go. But again, it's that balance between future-proofing and just kind of getting it done. Right now, we're just doing a get it done version because I don't know if... so here, we just remove this. Suddenly its text can't be updated, which is good because I have the text set and it does not need to change to the king. The king does not have any extra ability. I really should test the base. There we go. A king called Wig. It's so cool that it comes up with actual names. Man, and then there's just so many of these that are like Ziff there, where it's like, oh, here's an X. Zoeer. Like, why do they always end up with those weird letters? Oh wait, no, it's when enemies placed top adjacent enemies remove. Okay, so I do need to add the cannot be removed. Okay. This is definitely a weird little game, and I really hope that it's a fun, interesting idea. Well, I've tested each of the component parts, and I like it, and I think it's fun. But then the question is, if I test it with somebody else, will they like it? Will they think it's fun? And secondarily, this is the part I have not tested with the rest of the stuff. Okay, but now there is the king unit that moves twice, cannot be removed. It's weird that that one's black, but honestly, that's, like I said, that's fine. I guess technically those don't need to be gray either. They could be black. Because for a print and play version, you're not going to have an ability to mark the color of the, whether it's an ally or an enemy. Oh, and I wanted to add directions, because that was the thing with the move away. It's just that there was just a ton of those kind of boring, like, just move away. Okay, let's just find away. Yeah, okay, it was because there's only 3 actions, 2 of which are moving, so that's why I need directions as well. But this is great, because the more of these I have, the more just exponential amount of content there is. So now the directions being left, right, up, down. Yeah. Because it's like, do I want to list it as top, bottom, or up and down, or... I don't know. And then towards and away. I know I want to have those at least. So, what's the 4 specific directions, and then a couple of I don't know if there's a way to say, like, well, it wouldn't really be I guess you could do perpendicular. Yeah, move parallel or move perpendicular. But that doesn't tell you it tells you a plane on which something is moving, but not the full direction. Oh, and then I could just do random. Move left or move random. Well, the problem with random, at least in terms of like a paper prototype, is that's a little harder to figure out. Now, yeah, you could roll a d4, but then you have to bust out a die and everything, so this is good for now. We're gonna do a comment, though, for random. Okay, so now we're gonna just follow this, essentially. So, direction there. Oh, and I guess that's just the base defaults for the ability. Now this needs to have a direction. Meaning it's gonna break some other stuff, but that's fine. It's gonna be a good addition. Direction list out of way. There we go. Yeah, I think for dev streams, it's I think it's always like you gotta have a built-in audience. You have to have an audience to have an audience. No, and I know where to get an audience. It's to go to YouTube, but I gotta have stuff on YouTube, which I do, but not. I've not worked enough to become a YouTuber. to do that. Although I'm getting far enough along on this that I'm finally feeling confident enough in a thing to say, okay, this is going to be something at the end. So many prototypes and things I have not finished. But it's simply the fact that I stepped away from this project and have still come back to it is not a common thing for me. Although I think it's a good chunk of I've been getting back into playing random mobile games. Just trying to do more mobile game research again, and I keep running into the like, don't forget to upgrade all 600 of your your units. Don't forget that all of these different units, all of their numbers go up. And that is the exact opposite thing I want to push against. My eyes glaze over. Well, and because there's definitely a couple of mobile games that I've downloaded and I've played, and I'm like, this is cool, but then I don't stick with it because I run into an ad, or I run into, like I said, just the don't forget to make all the numbers go up. It's like, it doesn't feel like a fair game to me anymore. It doesn't feel like a game. It feels like a keep fiddling with this toy to make all the numbers go up. And I don't have anything against fiddling with a toy either. I play with my Rubik's Cube all the time nowadays, but it's to solve the Rubik's Cube. It's not to pay money for a number to go up. Okay, just copy, paste the thing. No, don't copy, paste the thing. Okay, I'm not actually programming this. This is just text-wise, but how hard would it be to, thought I had it moving randomly. I did. It just sets the grid space. Oh, that's exactly what I want. Just here, you're supposed to do that. Yeah, and it's loop through all the affected units and do this. Away is a little more difficult. It's not as easy as this. That clearly wasn't working anyway. Okay, but like I said, I'm not doing this. And I want to keep the same cadence. That's top, bottom, left, right. I don't think that's the same thing I did other places. Whatever. If it's wrong, it's wrong. I can move things around later. And by later, I mean... Well, but if I actually finish this, if I actually make this a thing, then I will want to actually have this make sense. Well, I'm getting dangerously close to having something finished, to the point of I could play it and actually tell other people to play it and then say I'm actually going to improve it to the point of being finished. Okay, but that's all placeholder. I'm not actually adding that right now. Yeah, it's here. Because that's already listing out a target, and then here is... Well, there's scenarios in which I will not need a direction. There's scenarios like this where I will. So, do I want to do... Okay, well, I was already switching the direction, so I can do that again. I'm going to get rid of all of this extra stuff. Get rid of all of the placeholder stuff here. Placeholder stuff so that I can then it's like that's the question. Do I want to add it there or we'll do it. Add a direction. Yeah, I would say doing a dev stream is not a great idea, but then again, that's the battle of Neuro. Does dev streams, also does blank game streams. So it might simply be I just need to make an AI VTuber. That's not in my wheelhouse. I've not messed with AI stuff enough at all. Oh, you. No, Dad blasted mother flippin'. Oh, why am I blanking on his name? The Pelican. From Tears of the Kingdom has broken me. I didn't realize how much I say oh. And now every time I say oh, it turns into oh. What is it like? Sakma? Why? Why am I blanking on his name? The Pelican pal. It's something with a P or something, right? What's his name? Pen. There we go. I knew it was something short with a P. Pen. Yeah, there we go. Oh. He's been my favorite character in Tears of the Kingdom. For sure. Ganondorf's really cool in Tears of the Kingdom, though, too. Yeah, so far, it's these two that need a direction. And I don't know how many others will need directions or not. We'll make a direction text. There you go. You happy now? Almost. There you go. You happy now? Yeah, okay, so it's at the... yeah, right here. Yeah, I keep consistently surprising myself with how much stuff I can find in Tears of the Kingdom. I'm 5 hearts away from having all of the hearts in the game, I think. I don't think it's going to get to a 3rd row of hearts. So I feel like I'm 5 hearts away from having all of the hearts in the game. Which means... well, there was one quest that gave me a heart. A piece of heart. Or I guess a heart container. That's what it's actually called. I keep thinking piece of heart just because of the other Legend of Zelda games. But one quest gave me a heart container. That's like a full quest though. It's hard to find, so I'm like... there's probably still some big quest or something. And I guess I just need to poke around the world some more because I did find... I just went into a different corner of the world and found 2 more shrines. So I was like, okay. There might just be more of the world that I need to explore. But it's feeling pretty explored at this point. So this should add a direction then, right? Oh, wait. There we go. So that should add a direction. So, now that I've added all that, technically what is, at this point, what is the number of... yeah, so this is the finite number of cards that can be generated at this point, basically. Because there's no numbers and no types, because those can all be... because I'm not using those. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Three. This one's a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 3. That's a 2. And then another 6. Huh. Funny how that came out like that. It's still not a ton. It's some, but okay, 6 times 3 times 10 times 3 times 6. 3,000. And then something like just changing the directions on a bunch of cards is really not going to feel wildly different. Oh, there is no directions on removal. So that's not technically true. But still, it's something close to like 3. Well, 3,000 is an okay estimate right now. And the number of Magic the Gathering cards. Not just sets, I want cards. I want individual unique cards. Which I think is something like 30,000? Although if I do something a little newer, like Marbled Snap cards. I could do the cards list. Yeah, it's the database. Does it have the number though? 301. Okay. So they have 300 cards. So does this one also do a... Okay, just give me a number of Magic the Gathering cards. That's what I looked up. Excuse me. There we go. Estimates between 18 and 19,000 as of... in 2019. And they've been cranking out more cards. They've been cranking out a lot more cards. How many is it per set? Okay, how about like they were trying to do earlier. Number of Magic cards. Has released a large number of sets. That doesn't tell me how many. I keep putting number of, and it doesn't pull up a number. It says, here's the list. If you can pull up the list of all the cards, you can pull up the list of... Okay, well, probably safe to assume like 30,000. Because this is making a ballpark of 19. And that was 4 years ago. Yeah, but like I said, so there's a new game here that gets away with 300. So, having essentially 3,000 cards is going to be enough to start with and mess with. But also, the way I'm adding features is an exponential growth and not just a single new card. And then I can also add just multiple abilities to a thing. I mean, I kind of want to avoid that for now, but we'll see. Okay, but now to just run this and test this and see. Okay, who's exploding? That's too much explosion of something. Oh, yeah. Wait. No, the ability text. That's the issue, not the, Yeah, it's just in the very specific case of the king, where the king does not have an ability text. Because I didn't want to overrate it. Okay. Yeah, that's something I haven't watched much of, is other developer streams. I've never really sat down to see what people like out of a developer stream. I think there's also just general, like, I'm just gonna do my thing. If anybody wants to watch me do my thing, they can watch me do my thing. Otherwise, I'm not gonna worry about it. I love it when it comes up with like a set, a bio. Like those are real words. Oh, so close to Figma. Figma balls in your... great. I got him. Now it's not exploding, is the thing. And then I think if you scroll over the... No? Okay, well good. Just now it's not exploding. The directions that I just added, let's double check that. Okay, so now let's just do a quick... Okay, maybe not quick, but let's do a check on the cards to see when allies are placed anywhere. Let's do a, just so I can read it, and so chat can read it. There we go. Yeah, so that if I can just get this in paper, cut this out, and move these around to see if the game is fun, then that's for sure something I could show off, and then I will feel better knowing that it's neat that I think almost every time it comes up with something that is a word or a name, despite the fact that there's still all of these things that are like, yeah, that's not. I don't know what the rule is on some of these though. It's like what letters are allowed to go next to each other or not. Okay, but when a unit ends its turn, top adjacent, the units slide left. It's because I have top adjacent, and then it says units. That's one of those like word soup, word salad things that I need to iron out. Aha! I think I see the username. I always get curious when number goes up, and then I'm like, Ooh. Or what is creeping at me. Then... Okay, the problem was when it does a multiple here on the ability. Why are you like this? Yeah, here. But it does it does that, and then it does that. Well, it's because I want top adjacent, and then I want top. That's two different. All right, I guess I want above. If there's a unit above this, and then I want if it's adjacent, top adjacent. Okay, wait, the bottom is where all the text stuff is, and then the text thing says... I really should commit myself to streaming, like, every evening so that I actually do stuff. Because this last week was not productive. I mean, partially due to my back being... No, that was the weekend. That was not the week. Yeah, exactly. That's why I need to... I go back to posting on social media every day. Yeah, but that, again... I need to get more done every day. That's what it is. Okay. Units... Here. This one. Adjacent anywhere. And then bottom adjacent. Top adjacent, right adjacent. But that one does not make as much sense when it's units plural and then top adjacent. And like there's only going to be one unit in that position. So either I need to... Because I do kind of want adjacent. Well, and I do have an adjacent, so maybe I should just... It might be a bit too specific to say this specific unit and this specific position above them. Or below them, or to the left or to the right. So I do have horizontal and vertical, and I don't know, maybe I could go with that and see. That'll be less specific. And less wordy. Well, okay, there is no, I'm like worried about balance, so I'm like, this is not even a thing you can play or do anything with. I don't need to worry about balance. Well, that was the other thing, is I still gotta finish that dad blasted mother flippin' red bubble. Although, that's... if I do a bunch of Borderlands art, that has to be approved, so I can't just, like, say it's done. But I still don't know how in the world this is gray and this is black. I'm like, Siri, I don't know how it's spelled in The Witcher, but... okay, when an enemy ends its turn anywhere, remove the enemy. I love that ability. It's just a thing that it randomly rolls. So it's just, if there's any enemies, remove them. But then that's, if I have that as ability, that's why I put this on the king here, so that the king still has to be pushed off the level. So when an enemy is placed bottom, like I said, I could say below this, but I'm still gonna keep with the, like, word soup, word salad for my own testing purposes. But basically, if anything is placed below this, move the enemy away. So when an ally ends its turn, when an ally ends turn, bottom ally moves up. Which, that one is... yeah, that's only if an ally exists. Which... I guess that makes sense. Like I said, I want these to, I guess, make sense, but not... obviously not make sense. So a unit is placed top, unit slide left. Okay, that's fun and interesting. That's, you know, readable. It's hard to tell whether something will be fun and interesting necessarily, but... okay, when allies placed anywhere, allies remove. I love these dumb ones that, like, that doesn't sound super useful either. But I guess if you don't place an ally, and it's a different ally that has a, like, when an ally is removed, do something that might actually help you. But that's probably a niche scenario. When allies placed anywhere, allies slide up. Yeah, okay, that's really not gonna help you either. Because if you do a slide... well, no, I guess if you do, like, if you had an enemy in a position, and then you say, okay, I'm gonna just put... and then it slides up, then... and that's the thing, it's like, even just a random thing like this, or like, okay, I can see a scenario where a strategy might be fun with that, so... when enemies placed left... or when enemies placed left, enemies slide down. And then when allies positioned adjacent, allies move away. Okay, those are all actually, like, somewhat unique and stuff, too. So this is getting to the point of, like, readable and somewhat interesting. And to the point of, could maybe print it out and test it. So when allies placed horizontal, allies move down. Okay, that makes sense. When ally placed left, allies slide away. Because I guess there is a somewhat of, like, if you put somebody somewhere, and then you place somebody somewhere else, just so that you could have it so that they bump an enemy off of the board. Okay, when an ally place left, ally slide away. When units end turn vertical, units move away. When a unit positioned left, unit slide away. When units end turn right, units move right. These are all making sense, at least. There tends to be like a... They get somewhat similar, but... They're different enough that I'm okay with it. When units placed right, units remove. See, these are always fun, too, where I'm like, it's agnostic as to whether it's enemies or allies. And I guess it is specifically like placement instead of like positioning and stuff. When ally placed closest, ally slide towards. Which again, closest is a variable measure. And then that's something that I would need to hash out rules-wise, is if you place an enemy next to, or if you place an ally next to this, and then it slides into this. Well, sliding is dangerous right now because I don't have any walls on any of the level, but when allies placed furthest, allies remove. Well, it's just because some of these are when unit positioned closest. Makes sense, but then when allies placed furthest, doesn't. But some of this is just because I'm not, like, rehashing the words. I'm not making it English readable. Because then you would, you know, switch it up to be more of, like, furthest allies. Or, you know, remove furthest allies. Well, I guess when placed, remove furthest allies. Well, no, I guess that's still... it's only specifically like when it's, and I guess furthest, it does not say furthest vertical or, you know, furthest left or right or Okay, that's position. I'm saying furthest and closest. I mean, I could slap a direction on this too. And then the direction I can also question as to whether I want to... Oh yeah, okay, so I've add direction, get position. I don't know why I did it like that, but I guess maybe add, maybe get direction then. I want some amount of consistency, despite the fact that apparently my brain isn't no way consistent between every single time I sit down to try to do this. Okay, well, there. So then, that was the question. Do I want to add a direction to the position? Is the question. I mean, I guess I could try it and see if that makes sense or not. Yeah, I definitely think I'll be more interested in sticking with this if I can get to a point of... Well, because it's always the parts of like, well, there's stuff I still need to hash out. And then the question of, do I want to hash it out? And in this case, I think the answer is yes, because At least getting the feedback from that one game dev meeting where it's like, I don't really know of games that look like this. Where I'm like, okay, that's what I was aiming for. It's not ad. It's I just changed it. I just changed it just to confuse myself, and it was effective. It hurt itself in its confusion. That's vertical anyway. I want furthest and closest. Lion hurt himself in the confusion that I caused. It's just every day surviving my own confused ray that I hate with myself. Okay. So now again, do a row. That's so cool that there's. It's like, oh, that's a word. So when enemies placed right, enemies slide down. When enemy ends turn horizontal, enemy remove. When enemy ends its turn left, enemy slide left. When enemies end turn top, enemies slide towards. Yeah, that is something I would want to hash out. It's what the slide is slides fully off of the level or slides into the next thing, or because a la whatchamacallit, I have because if I do it a la Pango, a la Marshmallow Squish here, that's a full-on like slide, you know, through the object. Oh, I've never done the web version? I should have saved the fact that I did the web version. Wait, where's all the colors? Is this out of date? I don't care. Yeah, because that's a full slide all the way to the end. Although I know there's a slight bug with the a hand sliding into a hand, sliding into a marshmallow also. That is the fun thing with this, is that it's just a dumb, hyper-casual mobile game thing, but I just can't seem to just play a level. I always play a handful of levels because they're just so quick. Despite the fact that they barely use any brain power. Oh, it was the determining slide is really. But that's. I should just actually just play the game and see. So when a unit and turns adjacent, unit slide towards. When allies end turn top, allies move right. Well, and those are interesting too, where it's like if you can get more units above this, then when ally positioned furthest away. Oh. Oh. I think there's both closest, and, or this away and towards in the directions. So I don't know if that one makes sense. Because furthest away is going to be furthest, good morning. If I remember correctly. When ally position top, ally move away. Yeah, it was just this. Guess it just refresh it for me. Do I? Wait, I added a button to just reset it, right? Yeah, okay. I feel like I want to add like some more background to these cards and stuff too, but again, this I just am still waffling so much on how much detail I want to put on things. Because if I'm aiming for like mobile. I mean, it's because they started, the whole thing started with trying to be a mobile game and to be less of a, like, current mobile game. Which would then say, keep it simple, but... I don't know, I guess if I look at other deck builders, I don't think the cards are all that complex, background-wise. But I think it's also... Oh. That's another one of those wake-up call moments of like, oh, there's a lot of people that do not just live inside of just games, and the deck builder is entirely different than all of this card nonsense. Yeah, it's because this, when it has a character, it has a, I'm like, hey, it's Ascension. I still have not played Ascension, despite the fact that I did the whole think like a game designer course. I guess that's the premier deck building game. Despite the fact that Dominion, I think, is the first. Oh, I guess that did pop up with Dominion. Yeah, and that's the thing. That's... They have a background here, so... I don't know how hard it would be to slap a... Okay, and then if I look at deck building video games, though... Because I think, like, when I think of a deck building video game, I think it's a lot of... Well, this is definitely something I should look at. Okay, if I just look up Slay the Spire, though, I don't think that the cards are all that, like, complex. Maybe? Actually, no, those might actually be images of... I want a card. That's not a lot, but that... I mean, there's sort of images. So right now my little people are probably a bit too simple. Yeah, there's definitely some visual pizzazz missing, but I'm starting with clarity and then adding more. Okay, so what are the other ones that I'm thinking of? Well, that's the thing too, is I'm also looking at like tactics games, which don't have a lot of... Yeah, it's gonna take me a long time to nail down what I want visually. It does not have card mechanic. Okay, what is the game that I'm thinking of? Shogun Showdown. Does this have a lot of card detail? No. I mean, the backgrounds and the environment and the enemies are a lot more detailed, but the... Well, I guess there is some amount of detail in the... Okay, I should slap a Shogun Showdown photo in my list of things here. There we go. There's another visual touchstone. Yeah, because a lot of these are not card games necessarily. Well, that's a good one to look at too. Okay, that bomb is not very complex. complex visually. But then if I look at the sales on some of these too, where I'm like, I don't think that whatchamacallit has sold a ton either. Floppy Nights, that's what that one is. Wait, why do I have this one labeled? But I don't have Floppy Nights? Also, Creatures of Age is probably a good one to look at too. Yeah, okay, I don't need to be improving the visuals like right now, but... Oh, hey, yeah, I forgot to... What is it I'm struggling with? The, Well, it's always the toss-up between, like, what is possible and what is... Basically, what is going to be the most... the best to sell the game, visually. Especially because I'm also pulling a lot of inspiration from abstract games. So I don't know... Yeah, I guess there's some background, but not a lot of background. Again, I can just leave it for now, but... I mean, there is kind of a little... Yeah, there's a background. There's just a little bit of, like, a world behind the character there, but... You need, like, a color palette for the UI and stuff, I reckon. Yeah, it's probably not a bad idea. Well, and some of it is, like, I have... Like, I've nailed down some... Like, I have different biomes, but I don't really have... I mean, this is still very early, so it's not a huge concern, but... Yeah, it's basically what I ended up with so far, is, like, here's a demon in a lava biome, and... Wait, do I have... I'm just getting distracted. I just keep bouncing between a whole bunch of different things where I'm like, oh, I need to make a trailer. Oh, I need to finish this card generator thing. Oh, I need to finish that... I want to finish making a Redbubble page. Oh, I need to make an email list. I still haven't done that. Oh, oh, I should test this abstract board game instead of just continuing to work on this, like, video game equivalent. Like, focus is one of my big problems, which is why I've done so many game jams and why I, like, have so much stuff on my my social media, because I'm like, well, I'm never confident in my ideas either, or I'm like, well, it's the toss-up between stuff that I think will sell and stuff that I'm interested in, and stuff that I'm interested in I don't think will sell, because I started on, like, because I was like, oh, an idle gacha tycoon, that'll sell well, right? You just sit there rolling a gacha, and you, like, you don't even have a, like, because there's so many of those mobile games where you have to, like, play a game along with the gacha, and it's like, well, I could just do however many characters and stuff, but then I realized I'm not interested in that kind of thing. Let's do a tactics game instead. Or like this Where's Waldo that is mostly done, and then I just haven't finished. It's still funny how I'm like, oh, there he is! There he is! Yeah, this is definitely in my back pocket as like a... There he is! I want to... That one, like, I should be able to finish quickly, but I don't know if that will sell super well either, but... I just keep getting concerned about how well things will sell. Oh yeah, this was supposed to be ghosts in a graveyard sort of scene. Wait, does this one refresh? Yeah, this was... It sort of ended up being like orcs and goblins in a desert scene. So I have some vague sense of color palette stuff, but... Oh yeah, this is slimes in a factory sort of setting, essentially. It's another one. I have like... Oh yeah, aliens in space. I don't have a good space background, so it's just black. And then people. There's like more regular looking people on an island. But again, this is not visually complex. And when I go look at something on Steam, and it's like, if I am aiming for Steam, then do I need to make it more visually complex? But then, do I want to aim for Steam or do I want to aim for mobile? But when I'm making a game that is specifically moving away from all of the design in mobile, that just feels like, well, you're gonna lose and confuse most mobile players, so. But I'm having too much fun with the idea to step away from it either. Because I entirely could step back to, like, well, yeah, the other game that I had in the, as like a back pocket, like, good idea would be doing just a Vampire Survivors where you play against Twitch chat. Because I have the Twitch chat functionality somewhat done, to a degree, and I have all these characters that each person in Twitch chat can become a character, so. And I think Vampire Survivors games are still selling somewhat well. But I have not played hardly any Vampire Survivors games, and I'm not all that interested in making that kind of thing, so. I'm too beholden to innovation. Totally forgot to update my time tracker. Good luck with all that. Got a lot to do tomorrow, so gonna get some sleep. Well, have fun sleeping. Goodbye, good night, good luck. Thanks for showing up yet again, despite it being the middle of the night, and me not really doing anything anyway. Or at least doing a lot of stuff for myself that is not really gonna translate for other people. There we go. Well, it might translate for other people, but I'm not focused on actually making it make sense to other people either. So. Okay. Let's just. Oh yeah, and these all default to like the alien one, but that's fine. I wanted to default them to the alien colors instead of switching between. Well, I don't know, because that would be very easy to say, like, you know, one team versus the other team. Not necessary, but there actually isn't any units, is there? This doesn't actually do anything. This doesn't need to be there. So you default to... So do you just default to alien at this point? The race, maybe. No. Is that not it? Okay, there's the character race stuff. And the question is, what sets this? Let's generate character. Must be the